Microphone
This
check. Are
should
we
be
on?
working.
Hello? Are we there?
Can you guys hear us now?
Can you hear? Can
Can
you
you hear
hear?
now?
Hey, Kimmy.
Kimmy's doing her
Can we
thing.
hear? There's still no sound?
Oh my God. Still no sound. Okay. It should be sound now, right?
It should be, but we don't know. Hello?
Yeah, okay.
Yay!
This thing- You know what? I'm gonna drink because of this. This is some bullshit. We have set this thing up 30,000 times.
Take two. Hello, good evening.
It
Welcome
doesn't
to-
work. It doesn't feel the same. It
Like,
doesn't feel the
You
same.
have to we have to regroup. Let's here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Let's.
Okay.
Welcome to the goddamn show. I mean, shit.
Welcome to Conversing and Relating.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Can't
I
get the-
am April Autumn.
I think I'm Coach Hughes today. I don't know. Not with this shit. This is some bullshit.
Okay, regroup. Get it together.
I got dad jokes today, so we're gonna do some dad jokes.
Maybe that's why the sound went out.
Probably so. It's hating on my dad jokes.
Nobody wants those dad jokes.
Nobody wants dad jokes.
But whatever.
I know what they do want.
What?
They want that real.
The real.
We're talking about some real stuff today.
Oh, man.
And these ladies came to hear, and these gents came to hear about this. Do you feel safe in Bear in the Woods analogy and all this other stuff? Okay.
Do you feel safe?
I don't feel safe around
bears,
small people in lucha libre outfits.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't feel
Stop
safe
it with
around
the
that.
midgets.
You
jokes.
can't say
little
the
people.
I said small people.
Okay, I was wrong.
I said small people.
I was wrong.
That's what I said.
I apologize.
How y'all doing today?
Hey.
Other than this microphone mishap, which seems to always happen.
Every time. But we're not claiming that. We're
No.
not claiming every time.
We're not claiming.
Just getting through it.
Yeah, we're gonna push through it.
Yes.
And
you know what that helps?
What?
Because some people operate on CP time. We
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
We love y'all.
Yeah.
And we are trying to be on time, but the forces, may the fourth be with you, was yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And today is Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Negro.
No. No. So
Cinco de Negro.
So welcome to Conversing and Relating.
I said that right this time.
Yay.
Yeah. Today we're talking about safety.
Yes.
All right. Safety.
Mm.
And we're going to talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Got a couple things for y'all, but do we have a sponsor?
You do.
Our sponsor is us. That's who our sponsor is. The Obsidian Lux Group, www.theobsidianluxgroup.com. You can go on there and find all kinds of mental health services for men and women in the African American diaspora. All right. You have Empower or Establish Her, right?
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Counseling and Life Solutions,
yes,
where you can deal with my lovely wife and she can help you as a certified counselor to navigate through things that you may need help or speaking to somebody on. And then you have Empower Him, okay? Life coaching skills and strategies, which is what I do. I'm a certified life coach.
Mm-hmm.
And Black men, definitely, I create a space for you guys to come talk to me. And so that we can have these conversations and help you navigate through life.
You also talk to Black women.
I do talk to Black women.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
So don't just limit yourself. And I also talk to Black men.
Yeah.
We do the crossover.
Yeah, it's the crossover thing. We do the crossover thing.
Yeah.
So let's get to it.
Right. We sure?
Do we want to bring up the thing first?
Yes.
We want to bring up the
thing.
Okay. We want to bring up the thing. So
let's
bring up this thing and let's get to safety.
Safety.
Right? We're gonna
wow.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about safety.
Oh, this is nice. Okay. I was gonna say I'm totally covered. No. Listen, I was gonna just hang out.
No. I don't need women. I don't need women like you cover her. You ain't trying to see her. I don't need that.
Right.
All that grabbing for air. Okay. Hierarchy of needs. So what are we looking at here, Doc?
So, oh, I love the way you were speaking that into existence.
Yeah,
You
you're
keep
almost done with
speaking.
your stuff,
Praise him. Praise him.
doctor.
Yes, almost.
Yeah.
Almost. We're getting there.
Right.
So this hierarchy of needs, Maslow created this hierarchy, and typically it looks different. In the practice, we typically use this quite a bit to talk about needs, wants, and desires as it relates to your journey in life, right?
Right.
So Maslow says that you have to complete a level and then you level up, right?
Right.
And the Obsidian Lux group is all about leveling up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure people understood this and really talk about one key element tonight of this hierarchy, which is safety.
Safety.
So
yeah.
I want to point out a couple of things while we're going. So the first step or the basic level is your physiological needs. These are needs that we typically take for granted, right? Like air, breathing, water. There's an assumption we're always going to have clean water, like we had that situation in Flint, Michigan.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
the situation that's still happening?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There will always be an abundance of food, even though we know that there are food deserts here in these United States of America.
Yeah.
That we will always have shelter,
Mm-hmm.
even though we know people are homeless.
I sleep almost anywhere.
Yeah.
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 This need to sleep. Like if you don't sleep, your body will shut down and go to sleep.
Yeah.
The need for clothing or covering, we're not necessarily talking about like you going to the mall and getting this fit. We're talking about the basic areas being covered, right? And then this one throws people off every time. The need to reproduce or sex, the need to engage in sexual behavior, that heat, that desire, that lust, okay? So again, some people put sex and love together.
Right.
They're not always.
They're not, word association is real bad when it comes to that. I don't know why men and women do that, but they do.
Right.
Right.
So love and belonging is level 3. This we're talking about bottom basement, basic, primal needs of people.
Right.
And sex is there.
Right.
Sex is there. Let me say it again, people. Sex is there.
At level 1, not level 3.
Level 1.
Right. Level 3. Well, level 2 is what?
Level 2 is safety. Safety. And we're going to talk a lot about safety tonight. But whenever we talk about safety, people typically think of, is my body safe? Do I live in a safe environment?
Right.
It's way more than that.
Way more.
So we've come up with safety pies, and PI is an acronym. So physical safety is one. That's the first one that we think about. Intellectual safety is my mind safe. My mind, my thoughts, my mental, is that safe? E is emotional. Am I emotionally healthy? And then S is spiritually safe. And we could also say, there, am I sexually safe?
That is a very tough thing to ask. That's a very tough thing to ask. Yeah, that's a very tough thing to ask. So we're dealing with 1 and 2 today, and we're going to start this series to deal with a lot of other one, the rest of them 3 through 5. But tell us about 3 through 5. What is that? Love and belonging and how they overlap with the rest of the first 2 we're talking about today.
Thank you for saying that. So the 1 and 2 are the basic foundational needs, right? And Maslow says, and I believe this part, if there are inconsistencies or insecurities or traumas or things that were not there in safety, there's going to be some inconsistencies, some insecurities in the levels that follow. So if you think about a house, if you have cracks in your foundation, there's going to be issues in the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So building on safety needs, love and belonging. This is not just love and belonging within your familial unit. This is how you form friends, how you partner with someone, how you see yourself in groups, in your community, in the larger world, that you feel like you have a space, you have a place, you have a journey that you are walking towards and walking on in this life, that you matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next theme, oh my gosh, I need to pause here because people think that self-esteem is a basic need, like way at the bottom, basic. It is not.
Why do you think they confuse that right quickly? Why do you think they confuse self-esteem with physiological needs, even though esteem is abstract?
I think people don't understand that your esteem is formed by the people around you as well. You get feedback from them, they give feedback to you, and it kind of helps you to figure out who you are in this world. Again, what do you like, what you don't like, what you're going to do, and what you're not going to do. It's
Right.
kind of a way for you to figure out. So in esteem, there's respect, not just for yourself, but respect for others, right?
Right.
We just said self-esteem, being concerned about status, being concerned about recognition, strength, and formalizing what freedom looks like.
Uh-huh.
Freedom, like really what freedom is.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So, and then self-actualization, and that's where you are operating in your full potential. You're living your best life. You're being creative. You're doing the things that you have always want to do on a healthy level.
Keyword is on a healthy level.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's some things that people are doing that ain't too healthy.
Well,
you know, and it causes a domino effect going backwards, I would believe.
Yes.
Right.
So I believe that people can go up and down.
Right.
This.
Right.
It's not just, oh, I've achieved self-actualization, I'm done in life. No, you can fall back.
Right. Is it safe to say that certain situations can allow you to fluctuate between 1 and 5?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I would definitely say so.
Okay. All right. So we got that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're focusing on 1 and 2, psychological, mainly 2, right? And how these two coincide.
Right. Right.
So that brings us to the first question of the night.
Okay.
And that question is, what are the typical expectations of safety in a relationship? Ooh. So how do people know that though? Like, how do they know? Do they just come up and say, I expect, to be safe? And do they know all the areas to be safe?
So if you've been tuning in, which we hope you have, last week, remember we talked about the poem, Portia Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
And remember we talked about people being socialized to believe things.
Right.
You are socialized to believe things. You get socialized in lots of different places.
Right. Yeah.
School. What's your favorite one to pick on?
Home.
Oh, that's not your favorite one to pick on.
That is my favorite one.
Usually I thought you were going to say the church.
The church is my definite favorite place of where I believe a lot of us have been, especially Black folk, been socialized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Or religious organizations. Since we're talking the Black church and things of that nature. Yeah.
Those guys.
So, but also like your friend groups, your schools, your colleges, just there are lots of places and things that socialize you to believe lots of things about lots of things, good, bad, or indifferent. The community that you grow up in, your hood.
So is it, I mean, how do people know what the typical expectations are? Do they formulate these expectations based off the socialization? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's one as a young woman that I learned. And since I said church, I'll say this one. And ladies, if you're out there, please call in. So the number's there. We don't want to just talk about this ourselves. We want you to call in and talk to us. Men, call in, talk to us, light up the chat, whatever you would like to do.
Don't hold back, because we're about to get into the safety, or we're getting into the safety, and we're about to bring up that bear in the woods, because this is dealing with the expectations of the perceived expectations that some people have about safety in relationships.
Right.
Yeah. So again, do they, because of socialization, because of how they were taught, is it safe to say that some people out there, their vision of what's typical safety looks like may be flawed or skewed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So one of the things I learned again as a young woman
Mm-hmm.
is for a man to be the 4 P's. 4 P's. You know what they are?
Paid, pretty. I don't know.
Yeah.
Physically. No. Okay.
No.
I tried to guess. What's the 4 P's?
Prophet,
Uh,
priest, protector, provider.
oh,
If you're in the church, that's where you grew up. Those are the things they will say, you need a man who will be your prophet, priest, protector, and provider.
we just supposed to be prophets already?
Yes.
Wow.
The
Okay.
prophet over your home.
Okay.
The priest.
And what about outside the church though? Are there 4 P's that's outside of the church?
I mean, I think protector is always one.
Yeah, that's like a universal.
And provider.
Protector and provider. Right. Those are 2. Somebody, y'all tell me in the chat, ladies, what's the 4 P's that you think that men are supposed to be?
It's something else. Maybe it's not P. I mean, that was just something that religiosity came up.
Religiosity. Is that even a word?
I didn't do that.
That's a word.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Some of the things that are typical expectations that you have. I want to hear in the chat. I want to get calls. I want to hear what you guys think about. What have you been socialized to think expectation wise that involves your safety as it relates to relationships? What were you expecting that you didn't get? Were you wrong? Could you have been wrong? I don't know. I think some men, I'm going to say this, some Black men did not feel or do not feel to this day that they are to be, or they are to expect, or they are to be safe in a relationship. Yeah. I'm thinking their safety doesn't matter. That they're thinking that. I don't know. Guys, let me know. Back me up. Women, back me up. Do you think it's men, especially Black men, do you think Black men on average feel like their safety in a relationship doesn't matter? Well,
I would think this, like safety wise, when people typically, again, think about safety, we're talking physicality, right? Like if we're together and we're out on a date and somebody got the rah-rah with you, I'm just supposed to be like behind you and be like, get him, babe.
I'm gonna be like, you started this goddamn shit,
right? But so we're talking about that kind of physical exchange there,
right?
And not necessarily. I don't think men necessarily think about that women are going to be physically protecting them, so that's out of the window. However, there's again more safety pies, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, all of those things. Like how am I protecting you in those areas?
I don't know. Prayer warrior, protector, provider, provide safety. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. But do you think men expect protection? Do they think they deserve protection? I don't know. I've never seen Black men say, or men in general be like, yeah, my girl protects me from monsters under the bed at night. I don't know. I'm just
again, it is thinking about safety as this very physical thing.
Right. Which means that if a woman is not physical or not able to be physical and she's expecting the man to be the physical, then the man, I would assume, automatically thinks he's not going to be protected. He's supposed to only protect.
Right.
Right. Okay. All right. All right.
That's what I would think.
So that goes into, this bear in the woods question.
Hate this question.
This bear in the woods question that has set the internet ablaze. I brought this to my wife when it first dropped a couple weeks ago. And the question, for those who do not know, was posed by a Black man. And he asked a simple question on live. I think it was on TikTok. And he asked women, What would you rather be lost in the woods with? A bear
A black bear,
or a black bear or a man?
a black man.
Well, no. He just said a bear or a man.
He didn't
No.
say black man?
Yeah, he didn't say
Ooh.
black bear, black man. He just said a bear or a man.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the question. That's the question. And this brings up the reason why she just said what she said. Why would they need protection if they're supposed to be the protector?
Amen.
Carmelia,
Jesus. I'm sorry.
Miss McCray. Miss McCray.
So, do men not need emotional, mental, or spiritual safety? For example, when you're going through things, I pray over you. I do. You just because you pray and you pray over me and you pray over this family, I'm charged to pray over you and take care of you emotionally and mentally as well. I support you.
Right. Right.
So,
I think that's let me bring that statement up because
and we're not picking on you.
No.
This is great. I appreciate you saying this because I know that a lot of people feel this.
A lot of people feel that way, and they forget that there's other ways of protection.
Yeah.
You know, a woman in today's time, toxic women who are feminist and who are just operating in this toxic femininity, they like to pretend and they like to use their femininity when it best suits them. So an answer that would happen is, hey, I'm a woman. I need to be protected because you're the man, but I don't need you to protect me because I'm a woman and I'm in my bag and I can do this by myself. I can protect myself. So there's a lot of oxymorons and contradictive statements that happen from that crowd only, which again is a small crowd of women who tend to think and use feminist tactics when operating in a relationship, and they weaponize their feminism in a way that contradicts and doesn't help breed healthy relationships and or marriages.
Correct.
So when this question was posed, would you rather be in the woods as a lost woman with a bear or a man? And women, for the majority, were saying they would rather be lost in the woods with a bear than a man, because a man is more dangerous in the woods in that situation than a bear.
Now, let me.
We got to pause? Okay.
I'm going to pause.
Let's
As a person who has worked with women around domestic violence, sexual violence, all of those things.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
I understand that men can be violent.
Right.
Can be.
Can be.
Right. What I also know about wild animals is they will be violent. They will. They will. If a bear sees me in the woods, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be bear food.
Yeah, you're looked at as a whole.
I'm a whole meal.
That bear looks at you like I look at you, like a whole meal. Like you ready to get shredded with his claws. He ain't trying to, oh, Mr. Bear and all these rainbow. No, he finna eat. Mm-hmm. And if it's a woman bear, she definitely finna tear your ass up because she think you about to do something to her cubs.
Yes.
Right?
Most definitely.
And so women have said for the most part, I don't care. I'd rather be in the woods with the bear than a man because the man's more dangerous.
So basically, I'd rather die than be lost with you.
Yeah.
Wow. That's hurtful.
Wow.
And very divisive.
Wow. It is.
Yeah. It is. Look. Neither, but if I had to. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Carmela, why would you rather be lost in the woods with a man than a bear? Right? Is it because you can communicate with the bear or with the man? And let's be honest. The question is a loaded question.
It is.
At no point in time did the guy who posed the question say the bear is angry, the man is angry. What if the man is equally as scared as you because y'all lost in the woods? Y'all phone ain't getting no cell signals, right? The only person who's not scared, the only animal who's not scared is the bear.
And there comes again that socialization about men.
Right.
There are these predetermined thoughts about, oh, this man is going to be dangerous. He's going to harm me. He's
Yeah.
going to do all of these things.
Yeah.
When in actuality, he could help you out
With
of
that bear.
or just out of the forest.
Or out of the woods. Right.
So
Felicia says they both could be risky.
they both could be.
Could be.
But I know for certain that bear
Will
will be.
your ass up. And as a matter of fact,
Will
I
be.
posted it on Facebook when a woman got attacked by a bear, got her face ripped off, basically.
Yeah.
And she was in the woods. And I'm sorry, they had to put her face back together. I've never seen or heard of a man doing that much damage where they literally had to put your face back on you.
Yeah, it happens.
They
It
had to
does.
literally, like a bear's claw is 3 of your fingers with one claw. Right. And as sharp as a doctor's scalpel. And this woman got her face ripped off and she somehow survived.
My issue is that we are basically just saying, I choose the bear because the bear is less dangerous. When we know the bear is that we don't have any information about the man except for the man
He's a man.
is a man.
That's it. He has a appendage between his legs. He's classified naturally born as a man. He's automatically dangerous more than a bear or a mama bear.
And so that leads me to say, what is it that we really feel and think about men? And if we are to engage in relationship with men, why are we not trying to deconstruct what it is that we're thinking about them?
Well, because I believe that most women out there, again, it goes back to that first question. Most women out there have been socialized to think that protection and safety is supposed to look a certain way. And I would push even further that protection and safety is only supposed to be granted to women because they are quote unquote helpless, right? They're supposed to, that's gender roles, basically.
So let's talk about a man being in the forest with a bear. His opportunities of dying are just as valid.
Equally valid.
As this woman dying with the bear.
With the bear, right? And I guarantee you, if you ask that man that question and you don't put the spin on it as saying modern woman or feminist woman, and you just said, fellas, what would you rather have? Would you rather be lost in the woods with a woman or would you rather be lost in the woods with a bear? I guarantee you that man is going to say, give me the woman at all times. Because we have a better chance of fighting this bear together.
Or the elements, period.
Right, better chance of fighting the elements.
Out.
I'm not worried about a woman killing me. I'm worried about a bear ripping my face off, right? That's what I'm worried about.
I think the automatic thing, we go to the worst.
Yeah.
The absolute worst.
Women go to the worst.
He's going to kill me.
He's going to hurt me.
He's going to hurt me.
He's going to unalive me.
I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah.
And I recognize that historically there are things that men have done, but I think a lot of people forget that men are equally as dangerous to men as they are to women.
Yeah, it's not
just, oh, I'm just focusing on women.
We're dangerous to ourselves. And let's not forget, there have been a lot of women, black widows out there, serial killers and so forth, right? So let's not forget that. But the question is that, what Carmela says, because there have been some stand-up men, I've met some men and their instinct is the protector. Yeah, that may be their instinct. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I think that, lumping all men into one situation and category without realizing that we're not a monolith, not everybody thinks the way that a core group of women say that we think or act. Not every man thinks like that, right? And so to pose this question as a loaded question, people operated in their feelings and answered within their feelings. I'm sorry. If you're in the woods as a woman and you choose a bear, good luck. Good luck. Because I guarantee you, unlike a man, you're not used to being out in the woods. You have probably no sense of direction with northeast, south, or west. And that's no shade to you. Because the average modern man, unless he's a baby boomer or unless he's Gen X or something like that, that is a skill that's been lost and not handed down, right? But it definitely wasn't handed down from woman to woman, right?
No.
So you're lost in the woods and you pick a bear and you have nowhere to go and you think your screams are going to help you?
Even like things like brownies. Like I was a brownie when I was in elementary school, right? And didn't
like
go on to a
Scouts.
Girl Scout.
Okay.
Correct.
Right.
And so there are not a lot of Girl Scouts who are in the African American community that
Not a lot
learn
of Black
those
Girl
things.
Scouts.
Right. And so
Not even selling
right,
cookies.
right. They ain't selling the
You
cookies.
can sell some weed, but you can't sell no cookies.
Stop it.
Really?
Sir.
Okay.
Anyway, so learning those tools and strategies, like that's not a thing unless you are one of those folks who are like, yes, we're getting the prep done.
Yeah.
We're gonna stockpile all of that. And most of us are not thinking about that. So.
Not thinking about that.
Mhm.
You know, that bear in the woods question, it gives us a lot to talk about. And it brings us to the next question. Because this next question is very important, right?
Mhm.
It speaks to the bear in the woods question.
Mhm.
And that question is, do or have you ever felt safe with your partner?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that's what we're saying with that bear in the woods question. We're saying that we don't feel safe with our natural partner, the man. If you're in a heterosexual relationship, you're saying that the person who takes on the man role, even that person is dangerous because they display manly traits. So you don't feel safe with that partner, right?
All right.
It
In
goes-
any situation, whether you're a partner, the person that you're partner with, you may not feel safe for whatever reason
Right.
that is.
Right.
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 And so why partner? That's my question.
Why
so if
partner?
you're
Yeah.
not safe,
All right.
if there's a question of safety,
Right.
so I am a heterosexual woman, I know that.
Yeah.
And I don't feel safe with you, I'm going to question why I'm partnering with you.
Right.
Or why, if I just don't trust men, then why do I want to be with
Men.
men?
Same thing for men. You don't trust women, but you still, wiping the wrong ones up and getting the wrong ones pregnant, and then wondering why she crazy,
And again, going back to safety pies, it's not just physical safety we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people just
They
that's
stop.
safe.
That's the buck stop, especially for women, is do I physically feel safe with this guy? And that's where that stigmatism or that stereotype is of I can't date a man if he's not 6 foot or better.
Ooh,
Right?
let's talk about that.
Because that word association that some women like to have is because he's tall, he's going to protect you. And I can tell you, ladies, that's cap. Okay, let me help you out. Let me help you out. I've seen tall men get knocked out the fastest, right?
Not only that, run. They're running in the opposite direction.
His tallness is not going to protect you. Ooh, girl, he's 6 foot. Yeah, he's easily able to get shot. We can point him out in the crowd, right? Like, come on. Let's really think about this. What you should be asking yourself, ladies, is why do you associate height with protection?
Or even girth. We can talk about girth. Like if someone is bigger, their physical presence, whether it's tall or a little bit more stocky.
If he's muscular, girl, he got abs. He could protect me.
Well, even if it's not abs, what if it's he built like a linebacker? Still,
right.
You have a physical presence that will cover me.
I'm gonna tell you something, ladies. A lot of these men with these physical presence, with these these stocky looks and stuff like that. Listen, they use that all throughout their life, and some of them have never really fought anybody because of it. So they have not been battle tested. It's been that dude that's been 5'10" and below. That's been picked on, that's been taken through the ringer, that's been passed over. That's the guy who's been battle tested. That's the guy who's really going to get busy and protect you. You know, I'm not saying tall guys don't protect, but what I'm saying, if we're going off word association and you're saying that he's got to be tall, and then on top of that, as a side note, some of y'all only 5'5" with heels. He just supposed to bend down and pick you up and kiss you all the time. Like, it's like picking up a 5-year-old. Oh, baby, I miss you. Put you back down. Like, what is that?
I mean, so again, we've been socialized to think we like what we like. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I gotta have a man because I'm not gonna be in my heels looking down at somebody. Listen, Kevin Hart.
Okay.
His wife towers
over him. And I guarantee you, even if he didn't have as much money as he had, because of how he carries himself, he still would have got the same kind of woman. And men do it too. Men with if she looks a certain way with this and that, then she's specifically this, you know. And it's like, no, she got butt injections. That's not natural. Okay. That's a push-up bra, you know. That's not really her hair. She looks like what's my man name? Queen Latifah from Set It Off when she take that wig off.
You know
like,
what
it's real. It's not real. It's not authentic, right? That's the problem. These people who are word associating, men and women, with the perception of, if she looks like this, then I'm going to be safe as far as her character, or women saying, if he's tall and stocky or looks like this, then I'm going to be safe, physically protected, you know, from danger. And those just don't mix on either side of the coin.
Right. I think we need to talk a little bit further. You said something earlier about men not feeling safe in relationships or not even expecting safety.
Right.
I think there is some element of safety that they maybe put their toe out and think about. And then when they don't get it, they're like,
no. Yeah, because they don't expect it in the first place. Like, I'm willing to guess, out of the women and the people that are in this room and the women and the people that are watching us, they've never thought about safety for their man in the sense of beyond the scope of physical. Like, some women will say, I see that this person is not really your friend. He can set you up. He can get you hurt. Like, they're in tune. I will give women that. Some women are in tune with a man's physical safety and see stuff that he doesn't see. But again, it's not just physical safety.
Correct.
And then again, him being a physical person himself, ladies, if you told your man that something like that was happening, how many times did he just brush it off? What he was looking for, and what women should be doing, is making sure that he's emotionally safe, he's mentally safe, and he's spiritually safe, which is the realms that women operating in their femininity operate the best in, right? So, but men, I guarantee you, they don't even look for that. They don't look for the spiritual, unless they're in the church, you know.
And that's different. It's different kind of
different.
You pray for me. Just pray for me, and that's all.
Yeah.
And it's way more than that. Like, it's so much deeper than that.
But have you ever felt safe with your partner, or do you feel safe with your partner? Is the question. I want to hear from the audience. Do you feel safe with your partner? She says a lot of men are, because their physical changes most in women.
They're the cause of
physical change in most women. You know, I don't know about that statement. I don't know.
I need more clarity.
Yeah,
you guys know that you can call. We have a whole phone number up there.
They scared to call. They scared.
It's okay.
They scared to call.
It's okay.
That's all right. Yeah, but we want you to call because there's more clarity that needs to be had.
Right.
And definitely like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and share, because these conversations can be even more juicy. Again, bear the wisdom mentality. This is what we're trying to combat. You're saying, some people are saying yes, they feel safe with a person. Some people are saying,
hey, Felicia, yes,
they feel safe. Okay. But do you feel safe with that person in the physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental? Or are you just comfortable with feeling safe in the physical?
Right.
right? Because that's important.
Well, I will say from the practice, I
Right.
know some of my men clients who have come to me and they don't feel emotionally safe in relationships, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. I was doing a retreat with couples, and this young man had a very hard time opening up to his partner at the time. They weren't married yet, but they were walking towards that.
Okay.
And he really opened up, shared his heart, cried for a minute. And what she said, I'm getting out of character, y'all, so I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, say it with your
I'm
chest.
gonna say it with my chest. She said, "Are you acting like a bitch and crying? Like, get
Wow.
your shit together, like for real." And every woman in there was like, "How could you do that to your husband? He just gave you a gift by telling you what was in his heart." And needless to say, they didn't make it.
I wouldn't suggest they make it. And I usually pray for good relationships and stuff like that, but not in that case. Because if that man can't open up to you and be emotional with you and say different things, then, and you're going to emasculate him in front of everybody and say he's acting like a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost. You're a lost woman.
But we have to understand that men have feelings too. And I know some female identified folks are probably going to get mad at me for saying this, but sometimes we will emote all over the man and walk away.
Yeah.
And not have an exchange of what has happened.
Yeah. My emotions. My emotions, ladies. I'm emotioning all over my man. And then he's like drenched in emotion from you. And then when he wants to be emotional with you, you're like, I don't want to touch that. What's that emotion?
Right.
Why do you have emotions?
Why
you're
you
a man.
Like a bitch?
Why you acting like a bitch?
No. It is okay for you to have emotions, to show emotions. You are human just like everybody else.
Right.
So
Felicia says, yes, all of the above. She feels protected all the way around. Okay. All right. Relationship goals. Okay. Her brother says, yes, growing up, I was too skinny, too dark. Hair isn't long enough. I like them dark, so I don't know. I think they were hating on dark skinned women because they felt like they just couldn't get them. Right.
Maybe.
Yeah. All shades of black women is amazing. Let's just put that out there. Just like all shades of black men is amazing. But I think that black women had the same issues that light skinned men had. Right. They're too dark or they're too light. Right. But you can take a dark black man and a light skinned woman and everything's cool. So again, I get that.
That goes back to that socialization. Yeah. Again, you were just talking about that. Yeah, what is a good woman or a good man and how you should pick them when it's really about the person that you are. There, of course, there has to be some attraction. Right. But what makes it's not all of it's the attraction and then getting to know that person on a deeper level. Right.
Are you getting to know these? Like, let's just call it what it is. Because we've been socialized, black man, black woman, and because we did not have the tools on both sides, right? Some of us grew up without a father and both sides of the coin. Because we didn't have these tools and we've been socialized, and some of that socialization has been strong projections of somebody else's experience onto you, right? Because of that, can we just simply say that we chose wrong? We chose wrong. Women can't admit that they've chosen wrong.
We were talking about this the other day. So we were watching Iyanla. Remember?
Yeah. Fix My Life. Yeah.
Hey, Iyanla. Anyway, we were watching her, and this woman had married. It's the one with the guy with 24 kids and 17 baby mamas, something like that. It was crazy.
Mamas, yeah.
And so she was asking one of the baby mamas, like, how are you going to like move forward from this? And she was like going around all kinds of accountability. And Iyanla was like, it sounds like you just don't want to be wrong.
Right.
And she was like, oh my God, black women don't want to be wrong. We would rather poke our eye out than to say we picked wrong.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I remember that part.
You picked wrong. You knew this man when she met him. He had a good 12 kids already.
Yeah.
I can change him. No,
A lot of them,
no, ma'am.
a
You
lot of
cannot.
those women in that situation have said, I would rather gouge my eye out with a plastic fork and or knife or spoon than to admit openly that I'm wrong. And again, women, black women, why is it so hard for you in most cases to admit when you're wrong? And don't monetize it by or minimize it by saying or individualize it. I'm sorry. Don't individualize it by saying, I can admit. I'm talking as a collective. Why is it hard for some black women to really admit when they're wrong?
Because we're not supposed to be wrong. We're supposed to be right about everything.
The
We know
socialization.
everything. It's the socialization.
Goddamn
It is.
socialization.
It is the socialization. So think about it this way. When you meet, and I try not to do this, when you meet black women, and when we are just meeting each other, we talk about our education
Yeah.
and that's the first thing we do.
Yeah, listen.
And when we are meeting men, like I got a degree, I got this kind of career, I got you blessed to be. It's a weapon. I'm right. I'm the best. I'm this. We've been socialized that that's the most important thing.
Listen, ladies, let me tell you something. From a man, and I'm gonna say what most men have said, but I'm gonna say it from a place of love, and I'm gonna say it with my chest. As men, when we ask you something like, what do you bring to the table? And you lead with your accolades, your awards, and everything else, we really don't care. Yeah, we really don't give a shit. You know why? Because that's not going to save us in the real world, right? Your degrees are good. Your compliments, phenomenal. We like that. We like that you're a go-getter. We like that you're able to do school, get your degree, help and work in the field of your choosing, right? But if we was to get in a street fight or we was to get into some serious shit, we not looking for you to hold up some piece of paper and be like, you ain't got to do nothing to him. I got my degree. We don't care. We don't care. We really don't care. Congratulations for being an adult.
I was about to say, because that's part of the adult experience. Like you go out here, you get a job, you get a career, you make money, you do that, right? And we're like, oh, gold star for me. I'm not saying I'm not commending you, but that is the thing. Like we're like, what do you mean?
Men over the
education.
And not one time for the most part, from men experiences, except for the exceptional people in here, of course, wink, wink. Do they lead with, hey, I'm a nurturer. I can help make sure that you're okay mentally, emotionally. I can provide a safe space for you. Not one time is that even in the conversation when somebody asks, what do you bring to the table or who are you?
Well, and if you don't know specifically what they're asking, ask a point of clarification.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, are you asking about like what I've done in my past as far as education, career, or are you asking something deeper?
Listen, we as men, I'm just trying to help ladies out who in this room or who may watch this live. Men do not care about your accolades. That's not what they're asking. Because if it was accolades and accomplishments, if they really wanted to do that, they would do that too. They don't operate the way you operate. It's okay, right? They congratulate you. They're very proud. That means that you're book smart. That means that you're able to work and obtain a living and take care of yourself with having a job and stuff like that. You know, regular adulting stuff. But when it comes to other stuff that really matters to a man, your accolades and your achievements are not one of them. Starting out, they're important. So don't think that your accolades and what you're doing is not important, but don't lead with that. It's no different than when you ladies look at men weird when they lead with how much money they got and how much things they've got with their money and what they can do for you. Real women don't like men who lead with their money, just like real men don't like women who lead with their awards and achievements and degrees and accolades. On both sides of the coin, we don't care. It doesn't matter. Women say that all the time. I don't care about your money. I get money. You look like a clown leading with money.
Right.
Well, we're telling you, you look very unstable leading with your accolades, leading with your this and that. and we don't feel safe. That's one of the reasons we don't feel safe.
Right. And if men are not, because we know women have been in our age, I'll talk about my age group.
She's 17, y'all. Don't worry about it. 19, 21.
Right.
She can drink and buy alcohol.
Whatever. Anyway, men have not been afforded the opportunity at the same rate to matriculate and graduate from universities.
Right.
And so a lot of the time men have chosen money or to be that provider that we were talking about while Black women were in school, getting degrees, things of that nature. And sometimes those men were putting those women through
school and
whatever.
They were putting them. Yeah.
So, but then it's weaponized.
Yeah.
Right. You ain't got no degree. What's wrong with you? Why don't you have a degree?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so thinking about those things and holding it here.
Right.
When there are other things that person could bring to the table that is just as valuable.
I want to challenge. I want to with that statement. I want to challenge men and women to not lead with what you normally lead with, because women, listen. If your goal is to feel safe, ask those questions from the beginning. Right? Don't be afraid to go on these lunch dates or these, coffee dates, because they can't hide behind certain stuff on these lower costing dates or these mid-range costing dates. You corner them, right? You corner them and who they are, right? And then you don't feel like, how some women go on a date and then they feel like the man is going to think that she owes them. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. The sex part.
Right. Which is another form of not feeling safe. When you go on the mid to high range dates, or the mid to low range dates, the coffee dates, the ice cream, the bowling, the stuff like that, especially the coffee dates, you get a chance to really talk to that person and dissect who that person really is and see if they're giving you a facade or not. And then you ask them the tough questions. What's it like to be safe? What's your definition of providing safety for a woman? Right. And
what does it look like for a woman to provide safety for you?
Because a lot of men, ladies, let's get this straight. I'm going to tell on us men. A lot of men are not willing to accept your provision of safety.
And what that looks like.
Because to us, it makes it look like we're weak. And we think in our heads that you're going to use it against us. That's a little tidbit, right? Some men who are not ready don't think that a woman providing safety for him on any level is a good thing, because it makes him feel weak, right? Just like when I talked about on my last podcast about men's mental health and women's mental health.
Well, let's tap into that real quick, because again, going back to what Carmela said about safety and what is it that we're supposed to provide. So what you talked about in your podcast, great job, by the way.
I did.
You did a great job.
I did good.
Men's health and how men physical, mental, and emotional health suffers. And what are some of the statistics that you read?
Real quick. There's statistics that, what is that? Men are committing suicide or unaliving themselves at 4 times as more likely than men or women, right? And
you were talking about Black men.
Black men, yes. Black men are unaliving themselves about 3 to 4 times more than women, right?
And isn't unaliving themselves the second or third?
Unaliving themselves is the third leading cause for Black men
to die.
Right? And because of like I said, because of underserved communities, Black men who already have stigmatism about health, because they word associate that with weakness. See, ladies, you're not the only one that word associates, right? It happens on both sides. That's why your man don't want to go to the doctor. He don't want to look weak in front of you, right? But if you create that safe space for him and you give that safety that we're talking about, the emotional safety, the spiritual safety, the mental safety, he will be more inclined to listen to you and go to the doctor. He may be groaning and complaining, but he'll go.
He'll go.
Right?
Mm.
So don't look at me like that. Creating the safe space is would help men who deal with schizophrenia and other issues or major issues, and then I don't say non-major issues, but other underlying issues of like
Stress, depression, anxiety.
The anxiety and depression. Right.
So that's specifically what I'm talking about. So creating that space, as you just said, of support, of understanding, and talking through things. We know hypertension is nothing but a whole lot of stress built up.
Stress, which that word I can't pronounce for women.
Vaginismus.
Vaginismus. Merry Christmas. I don't know. Vaginismus is a real word, but that is a form of hypertension.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It's focused in one particular area.
So that, ladies, that if you missed that podcast, which I understand, suicide is the third leading cause of death for Black African American men between the ages of 15 and 24.
Mm-hmm.
The mental health crisis is particularly evident in the case of Black men in 2018, where the rate of Black men unaliving themselves by suicide is 4 times greater than the African American woman.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
So this is why safety for men and understanding safety for yourself, women, can help men understand safety for them and vice versa. Understanding safety and what we're trying to talk about can help you guys understand how important it is to be safe or to create safe for your partner, right?
Mm-hmm. Again, that protection it looks different for both.
It looks different.
It is, again, you always say this, we are not a monolith. We are not.
Yeah.
And so it is okay in your relationship if you are providing protection in a safe place. I'm not saying to be your partner's therapist or life coach or whatever.
Right.
What I am saying is you can be a safe place to fall and express your emotions, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which brings us to this last question. Mm-hmm. Again, what are some of the signs of an unsafe relationship? Mm-hmm. And I want to add, my wife added, what are some of the signs of a good, safe relationship? I want to hear in the comments, what are some signs that you experience that says this relationship is safe? What are some of the signs that you've experienced that says this relationship is not safe?
All right. And we said there were a couple of people who said, yes, I'm in a safe relationship on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I'm there.
What it look like? What's some of the things that your partner's doing that makes you feel safe? Give me some good signs, and give me some things that in the past or your past relationships that other partners that you've dealt with, what are some of the things that they've made you feel unsafe about? Mm-hmm. I can tell you one unsafe thing.
I'm ready.
I can tell you one unsafe thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ladies, if you're walking with your man in public, right, and you're walking down the street or something like that, and your man is not walking to the outside closest to the street, he don't care about you. He don't care about you. He's plotting when he gonna push you in the middle of the road with a car coming, just in case you ever get on his nerves. He don't care about you. He's not, and I say that jokingly, but righteously in real life, he's not mentally aware of your safety, right? Because men should be walking closest to the street where cars are coming, going and forth, back and forth, while women walk to the inside as a way of protection. That's that physical protection, ladies, that y'all want, right? So that's one thing that's unhealthy.
Well, and I said one about, calling a man a bitch when he's expressing his emotions. I feel like that is definitely a gift when your partner opens up to you and talks about their feelings and emotions and what's going on with them. That's a gift. Yeah. And you should be there to support them.
Yeah, if your man's opening up and for a fact, ladies, y'all are well aware that Black men or men in general have a hard time opening up with their feelings, because that's one of the things that some of you ladies like to complain about. He's not emotionally available, which
He's
I'm
not
not
talking to me.
right. Which I'm not saying you're not right, but there's a reason, right?
Mhm.
All right. But when he opens up, if it's too much for you, then you stab him with the, are you acting like a bitch? Why are you crying? You stab him with these things, and now he's dead inside and he's never going to open up to you again.
Right.
Right. And then you wonder why he talking to your friend now.
Or just not talking at all. Like
Or
that.
not talking at all. He's immersed in his game,
Right.
Yeah. So Carmela says safe, sneaking, lack of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You mean unsafe?
That's unsafe.
Yeah,
Right.
that's unsafe.
Lack of
Okay.
conversation, being sneaky. Yeah, okay. All right. I get that.
Sneaking, like
Yeah.
if somebody is lacking in not communicating,
Right.
anything can be interpreted a particular way. Like you go
Yeah.
into the room, where you going?
What you doing?
What you doing?
Who said
You on
can
the
do that?
phone? Who you talking to?
Who said you can do that?
So
Why you taking forever to get back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sneakiness. Okay.
Yeah, sneakiness. All right.
Felicia.
Felicia says unsafe mental and emotional abuse. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and Felicia, I love that you didn't just because the obvious is physical abuse.
Right.
Let's
Physical
just
abuse.
say that physical
Yeah,
abuse.
we
Yes.
know. Yeah.
Run
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
But mental and emotional abuse, which is gaslighting.
Oh yeah.
All of those things. So
Yeah.
that's a real thing, and
It's
a
a
lot of
real
people
thing.
try to,
Right. Right.
Don't do that. Don't
But
do that.
let's call it what it is. That happens on both sides of the coin.
It does,
Ladies,
on both.
y'all know y'all can manipulate and y'all can lie and y'all can gaslight and y'all can mentally and verbally abuse that man. You can emotionally abuse that man. You can destroy that man in every way without putting your hands on him. And y'all know that.
Using tactics, or
Yeah.
using children.
Using
as a
children.
pawn.
That's one of the ways you destroy a man. Using
Yeah.
children against him, right?
Right.
Using children. Men use children when they have custody of them, which is like 10% of the time, but
Right.
they use that, right?
Some of the other ones, so would be healthy honesty. Partners share their dreams, fears, concerns with each other. They tell each other how they feel
Yeah.
and share important information.
What about that one you said about, I like this one. I'm going to read it. It says, healthy respect. Partners treat each other like they want to be treated and accept each other's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No arguments, accepting opinions, friends and interests. Partners in a healthy relationship stop what they're doing, look at their partner in the eye, and listen to each other. And then under that, you have unhealthy, which is disrespect. One partner makes fun of the opinions and interests of the other partner. He or she may not show any care for you, for your property, and throw out your personal possessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women like to pour bleach on clothes. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do.
I mean,
Kenny said, especially using the children. You up here using the children.
the cheering
The children. Lady, stop using your children as a
pawn.
Yeah, stop doing that. These kids love both of y'all, and some of y'all do that. And what it is you really mad because you don't want that kid to feel like that other parent who left you is better than you as a parent because you've associated them leaving you. You want to associate it with them leaving y'all, being you and the child. Stop doing that. That's corny.
Right.
Stop doing that.
I didn't read unhealthy dishonesty. One partner lies or keeps information from others. Omission. Omission is a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. Okay.
It is.
One partner keeps secrets or withholds information from the other.
It is. It is. Felicia says safe, good to God together in prayers versus other. Okay. So you're praying for each other and other people. That's a good, safe feeling for you. Listen, healthy safety for some of y'all looks different because everybody's not a monolith. We're trying to give people, I guess, a foundation to look at of what it means to be safe and feel safe and to provide safety for other people. So with that said, I want to hear in the comments section, or you can call in. We haven't had a call today, by the way.
It
It does make you sad. I'm not that emotional about it.
It's safe if you are, though.
And you know what? I appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. So I want to hear, what safety do you provide your partner?
Well, one that I feel like we do, and it's you. I think it's R. The A is accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have accessibility to me?
Right.
R is responsiveness.
Right.
Am I responsive to you and your needs?
Right.
And then E, engaged. Am I engaged with you?
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I'm checking myself. Again, self-check. We talk about that a lot.
Right.
I'm not waiting for you to check me. I'm self-checking to
Right.
make sure I'm doing those things. Am I accessible to him? Am I responsive? And am I engaged?
And I think we go at, are we listening? Are we processing right the right way? Are we listening to understand? Right?
That's big with you.
Yeah. Listening to understand instead of listening to react.
Yeah.
What are some of the ways you guys make your partner feel safe? I want to hear in the chat. I know some of the ways that your partner makes you feel safe, or some of the ways that you think safety and unsafe, happens. And if your partner makes you feel unsafe, speak on what kind of unsafe environment have you had? Not the obvious about the physical and stuff like that, but some of the ones that you don't know, people don't know.
And what we also want to say about unhealthy and unsafe relationships is you don't have to be in that relationship. You don't deserve that treatment.
No.
You deserve to be in a healthy, sustainable, loving relationship where you can express yourself, you can be heard, seen, understood, and prioritized.
Right.
And so if you would like a free consultation, just information about where you can get more resources, please don't hesitate to give us a call or a text, or go to the website and send us an email so we can help you in that way. Yeah.
Definitely. You should definitely reach out. And men, you deserve to be in a healthy relationship as well.
Oh yeah, that's not just for women. Let me be clear. I was not just speaking to women.
No,
I was speaking to men.
I just wanted to be understood.
Okay. All right.
Because there are some people out there that think, only talking to women.
Oh, she only talking to women.
No, we're talking on both sides of the coin.
Both deserve to be safe.
Right. And don't mistake somebody's, don't want safety and then act like you don't want safety because now you can protect yourself. Don't contradict yourself while in that relationship. Men and women do it.
Yeah. I don't need you to protect me. Hey,
I don't need you to protect me. I can protect myself. Could you change my tire?
But not only that, again, I go back to this. If we desire to be in a loving, trusting, open, honest, vulnerable relationship with a partner,
right,
then you come together.
Right.
I can't tell Javon, you can't protect me. You cannot protect me. And you'd be like, girl, then we can't be together.
Yeah.
We cannot. Because that is part of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Just like you can't tell me, you can't pray for me. Yeah. You can't be concerned about my mental or emotion, right, because that's what I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold that person accountable, right? Yeah. If you're trying to protect them, ladies, and the emotional, mental, and every other state, and sometimes physical, right? And they act like they don't need your protection because they can take care of themselves, you need to check that. All right. And same thing, men, if she ever acts like she don't need your protection, or she can cherry pick when it's cool for you to protect her and when not, without having a serious discussion, that's not the person you need to be with. You need to check that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely a conversation that people need to have. Like this is a foundational conversation in a relationship.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to give you guys. Just foundational information that can help you build long-lasting relationships, healthy relationships, create healthy boundaries, healthy common practices, everything healthy so you can lead to a possible healthy life as far as your dating life and or marriage, right?
Yeah. Level up.
Level up.
I knew it.
You knew it.
It's that time.
It is that time.
Mm-hmm. You see, I've been squeezing G.I. Joe. So this is my
Why are you squeezing
This
G.I.
is
Joe?
my stretchy anxiety toy.
You got anxiety over dad jokes? Really? These are good dad jokes. And see, this is kind of support I get.
You are. I am so supportive. I didn't say anything about bad that they would be bad. I'm over here pulling on
Stress,
G.I. Joe.
anxiety.
Right.
Dad jokes.
Maybe it was just for the show.
It was just for the show.
Yeah, maybe I got a little nervous.
Listen, we ain't gonna be serious all the time. Dad jokes is real.
It
okay?
is.
Dad
Yes,
jokes, regular
yes.
jokes is real. I'm only
Okay.
gonna do a couple of them. Can I do a couple of them? I'm gonna do a couple of them. Let me see
Okay.
what she says. She says a lot of times I stop what I'm doing and I give him my undivided attention if possible. That's good. That's healthy.
Yes.
That's very healthy. That's
Because
good.
as women, we can just be doing 50 billion things,
Men do that too, though.
and they just want you to be right here with them.
Yeah, and that's on both sides of the coin.
It is.
Yeah, that's on both sides of the coin. That's on both sides of the coin.
Love it.
Listen, tell these dad jokes wherever you want to go. These are good dad jokes. Okay, listen. What do you give Christians with bad breath?
What?
Testaments.
Shut up. Next.
Testaments. Mints like okay.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, it's
all right.
like old and new.
Older than, what do you call a middle-aged man on some stairs?
I don't know. What?
Stepdaddy.
You know what? Okay. All right.
Oh,
What else? What else you got?
Oh, you gonna rush me through the jokes?
that was a good one. Okay.
That was a pretty good one.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna try not to laugh on this.
All right.
Okay.
Stop,
Okay. Stop.
All right. All right. What do you call a crackhead? What's a crackhead's favorite song?
I want to rock with you.
Close.
Oh.
I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now.
Okay. Okay.
Give me some crack. That's
Sir.
These are dad jokes. These are not supposed to be super funny, but they just make you think, right?
Do they make you think? Okay.
They
I'm
should.
gonna try. Okay.
Like this is really corny, but it's really good.
Okay.
How did the farmer fix the hole in his overalls?
I don't know.
With a cabbage patch. There's two ways you can look at that. There's
okay.
two ways you can look. You're not
Okay.
supposed to laugh. You're supposed to try to hold it in.
I was trying. It didn't work.
It
I
didn't
just
work.
imagined somebody.
Wow.
Carmela was like, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Last one. What kind of help do alligators offer?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know?
Uh-uh.
What kind of help do alligators offer? Nobody knows. Gator aid.
So, you know what? Goodbye. Goodbye.
Dad jokes, everybody. Dad jokes.
Good job, baby. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm working on my stand-up routine. Y'all can catch me at the Comic View that they just restarted. Y'all can hit me out of there. Okay.
You're right.
I'm gonna tell all kinds of dad jokes from my set and possibly not get booed off stage. Yeah. Did we enjoy the show? Was it a good show?
I did. These are difficult topics to talk about. I know some folks might be like, this is kind of I think it's not kind of I think it's important. Again, if we are really talking about sustainable relationships and how we get there, a lot of unlearning has to happen.
Yeah, because again, we've been socialized. The socialization is the problem. What you
Right.
thought you learned, what you was taught. I'm sorry, black man, black woman. It was the wrong information, sort of. It was the wrong information, which is probably why you've been having the difficult issues as it relates to relationships, self, and dealing with other people.
I'm thinking people are going to look at the 4 Ps, prophet, priest, protector, provider, a little bit different now.
That's okay.
I mean, I think they should.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can only speak for me. This was something that that's what was in my head all the time. And if you don't meet one of those, you need to go on, because that's not who I'm supposed to be with.
Right.
However, you know, it's different. Like it can be different for everybody.
Look at that. Very good show.
Hey,
Eye-open
girl.
honesty, safety, something that we think about deeply. We don't think deeply about. You're right.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying to give you guys something to, and have these hard conversations so it can provoke, some good conversations with you, your partner, or whoever else you may talk to. Very good show indeed. Thanks, Carmela. Felicia says, very good show. Look at that. Show of love. Well, definitely keep liking and subscribing. Keep sharing.
Share with your friends.
Share with your
As
friends.
Felicia would say, sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring unless it's barbecue.
What?
I don't know.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
You hungry?
I am.
I know. I'm hungry too.
You want some barbecue?
No, I don't want no barbecue. I don't want no barbecue. But what I do want is for us to have, we're at what, 65, 69?
69.
Subscribers. We're at 69 subscribers.
I would love 100.
I want to get to 100 subscribers.
Yes.
Okay. And that means you got to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Okay. Because the notification button lets you know when the show is live, when we're live, and what's going on.
If you missed it, ladies, baby, you enjoyed my show last week.
I did.
So
I was trying to listen. We only got a few more moments, but tell me what it's about.
So we talked about the 8 different types of orgasm. Yes, I said 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you missed it, please go back and look at it. Like, share it. It was very informative.
I bet some of y'all ladies don't even know y'all can have 8 different types of orgasms.
Jesus.
And I know the men didn't know because they was like, I thought it was only 2. I thought you can do only 2. I didn't know.
That's okay.
I know it was 2.
So yeah, and if you would like to join, visit the website and join this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
For ladies only.
Yes.
You don't have to show your face.
At all.
Okay. But it's engaging conversation. There's a bunch of ladies in there. And I can say it's lit, even just based off the last topic they had. I was trying to listen. I couldn't even get in. It was terrible.
No. But you went back and listened to it. So
I did. I went back and listened to it. All right. Which is what you should do. Check out all of our videos on youtube.com/@the Obsidian Lux Group. Okay. Go back and listen to our stuff. We got some good stuff. Definitely like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. We had a good show.
Yes.
But we hungry and we about to go get some food.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.